Hi guys, today we're going to continue our journey through the regions of the United States. We're going to look at the characteristics of the Midwest region. This region is made up of 12 states from our home state of Ohio, all the way over to this North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Kansas cut off in the west. We also have these northern Great Lakes region states of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and that state of North Michigan. And then our neighbors here, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, and Missouri as well. This region is known for the incredibly flat land. There's also a lot of landforms in this area that were made from the melting glaciers during or after the Ice Age. Okay, a lot of our landforms and bodies of water in this region were formed by those melting glaciers. Please remember, when things are bold like this, you do need to pause and take notes. They will help you on your show it. So go ahead and pause here and take those notes. Next, you need this whole slide in your notes. We have the Great Plains. This area, the Midwest region, is definitely known for being very flat. This area of flat land that we have that is kind of sprawling across this region is called the Great Plains. This is a vast area made up of flat land or rolling hills covered in prairie and grassland and steppe. Rolling hills are just going to be kind of low, flat hill, not flat hills, but very low, continuous hills. Okay. Our famous landmarks in this region are going to be Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. We have the Sears Tower, which was the tallest building in the United States for a long time in Chicago. I think now it's actually called the Willis Tower. We have the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right here in Ohio in Cleveland, and the Mall of America, which is the second largest mall currently, and I believe that is in Minnesota. All right, let's get into these states. Remember, pause during each state and copy down the notes, the bolded part of each slide. You will need that for your show it today. So we have to start out with Ohio, right, where we call home. This is the Buckeye State, okay? It consists of a lot of rolling hills and flat plains. We know that in the south eastern region, we definitely have some more mountainous kind of regions. Northern Ohio actually consists of over 300 miles of Lake Erie shoreline, and we have thousands of miles of rivers in Ohio. Go ahead and pause and take your notes before you move on. Next, we have that state up north, Michigan. Michigan is located on two peninsulas. So you can see this lower peninsula here, and then the upper peninsula is connected to Wisconsin. Okay, remember, a peninsula is just an area of land that is surrounded by water on three sides. Half the land in Michigan is covered in forests. Michigan borders 4 Great Lakes: Huron, Michigan, Erie, and Superior. The only one it does not border is Ontario. And it is there are more than 11,000 lakes in Michigan. Go ahead and pause and take your notes. Next, we have Indiana. Indiana is made up of a lot of interior plains. It is very flat, very rich farmland in Indiana. It is the northern part of the state is considered part of the Corn Belt, which is part of the United States that is considered very rich farmland that is perfect for growing corn. Lake Monroe is the largest inland lake in Indiana. Go ahead and pause and take your notes. Next, we have Illinois. This is one of the very flattest states. It is also part of that Corn Belt, so a lot of rich farmland that is perfect for growing corn. And Illinois is actually the first state to formally abolish slavery. They are the first state to ratify that 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution. Go ahead and pause and take your notes. Next, we have Iowa. Melting glaciers formed large areas of rich farmland in Iowa. Iowa is known for being the best corn-producing land in the United States. And it is bordered in the west by the Missouri River. So this border here to the state is formed by the Missouri, while this border to the east is actually formed by the Mississippi. Go ahead and pause and take your notes. Next, we have Missouri. Missouri has flat areas and mountainous areas. The Mississippi River and the Missouri River actually almost cut the state in half right there. It is bordered by 8 different states, which is actually tied for Tennessee with the most. Pause to take your notes now. Next, we have North Dakota. This state has some very differing landforms. So in one section, we have the Great Plains, so it's very low and flat. But then we also have the Badlands, which are going to be rocky cliffs that are formed from crumbling rocks. And that is what the area is known for. That is the largest river in North Dakota is the Missouri River. You can tell that the Missouri River definitely it plays a large part in the Midwest region. And the largest lake is Lake Sakakawea. Yes. Go ahead and pause and take your notes. Next, we have South Dakota. This area also has that Badlands area that is like very rocky cliffs. That is actually where Mount Rushmore is. Okay, so Mount Rushmore is in South Dakota. It is home of Lake Oahe, which is a reservoir made to prevent flooding from the Missouri River. Again, the Missouri River is very important to this region. And in South Dakota, they have made that reservoir to help with the flooding that would come from having such a large river in the region. Next, we have Nebraska. The Great Plains stretch throughout that state as well. Very rich farmland. They're known for their corn production as well. They also have some sand hills and sand dunes in this state, but they are used for farming as well. Go ahead and stop and take your notes. Next, we have Kansas. Kansas is just east of the Rocky Mountains. It has some hilly areas, the Flint Hills, the Red Hills, the Smoky Hills, and it has this mountain area to the west as we get over to Colorado. But this area over here in the east is very flat, okay? Kansas is known for how many tornadoes have touched down there because of this flat area and where it sits. Next, we have Minnesota, which consists of a lot of hills, plains, and thousands of freshwater lakes. This entire state was formed by glaciers melting, okay? A lot of the landforms in the Midwest were formed by those glaciers melting. Next, we have Wisconsin. Wisconsin shares a coastline with two Great Lakes, Michigan and Lake Superior. So Michigan over here to the east, Lake Superior over here to the north. It is known as a major producer of cheese. You may have seen Green Bay Packer fans wearing those cheese heads. That is why. Then we also have Apostle Island, which is located in Lake Superior up here. It is known for its forests and cliffs, and it is a popular tourist destination. And that is it for the Midwest region. Please complete your Show It. You will need to take notes on all of these slides. So if you need to go back and pause and do that, please use these notes in order to get an awesome grade on your Show.